Coach, you can go ahead and give an opening statement, then we'll open it up for questions.
Well, it's always difficult to lose your last game. We're very proud of our team. The seniors, these two guys here, and some others, our team really battled today. First half, our defense was outstanding. Really made it tough on Arizona, and they made it tough on us. And just didn't bounce our way. Our offense wasn't good enough. We missed a lot of shots and flipped some balls up off balance. But very proud of our team the last month, playing great basketball. Really turned our season around after all the injuries we had and all the adversity. Very, very proud of our team to come back and play our best basketball. This team has improved dramatically from the beginning of the season, especially with guys in and out of the lineup all season. And for them to stick together and really compete the last month, they've done a great job.
All right, as a reminder, just raise your hand if you have a question. We'll bring over the microphone. We'll start over here in row 2 on the left.
Luke Evans, Orange County Register. Andy, after a long stretch of improved play offensively, you had that drought just, towards the end of the first half, I think 6 minutes without a bucket. Just, from the last time you played Arizona, what went wrong there? Was it their defense? Was it just the mental aspect of not being able to hit a shot? Just what went on there?
Well, it was a very physical first half. I think we had 6 fouls before they had one, so very, very physical. Both teams were competing at a high level. I think it was 19-16. Isaiah had the N1, missed a free throw. But then we were in the lane a lot the last 6 minutes of the game, first half, and so we had a couple of shots blocked at the rim. We had a couple where we didn't set ourselves and didn't finish in the lane. We also didn't kick out the open shooters. And a lot of those shots that went in last Saturday just didn't fall for us today. It's hard when your leading scorers, especially Boogie, had a tough shooting night, and we just didn't convert when we had open looks. And also, as I said, we were off balance too much when we got in the lane.
Other questions? Right here, second row on the right.
Scott Tindley, Devil's Digest for any of you guys. What's it feel like to be a part of the last Pac-12 tournament, at least of its kind?
Josh, you've been in it a long time. DJ, you've been in it for 5 years. So you guys answer.
Yeah, it is a bummer. I will say when I came here, Pac-12 was always my favorite conference. I always wanted to come to a Pac-12 school, and, grateful every day that Andy recruited me here. It's definitely a little bittersweet. I am happy that I was able to play in the last Pac-12 tournament. Obviously, it didn't go the way we wanted it to, but end of the day, I am just happy with the team, happy with the program, and very grateful to be here.
And being in it 5 years, I wasn't very emotional because we lost, but more so because the journey that I took, or I don't want to sound selfish, but just the journey I took to get to where I am. And the Pac-12 has meant a lot to me. Obviously, I transferred and stayed in the Pac-12 because I loved it so much, and just being close to home. So, it means a lot. And I don't know, I wouldn't trade it for anything.
On the left here, second row.
Oh, me. Andy, just, the way that the season began, the hopes that you guys had, the recruiting class, the veterans, what have you. When you look back at everything, ultimately, is this just kind of a disappointing season when you sum up everything that's happened the last few months?
No, I'm not disappointed at all. I think we've been to 4 straight NCAA tournaments. We had a bye in this tournament for first time in 5 years. We had to play on opening night. We're the only team that finished third or better the last 4 years, and we were 95 and 36 the last 4 seasons, which is the 4th or 5th best record in the country. And so we're used to winning. We had some serious off-season injuries and surgeries, and then we had some serious injuries in November, and then we, of course, the first week of January, we had our 2 leading scorers get out at the same time, with Boogie with his hamstring and Isaiah with his broken hand, and Josh got sick and lost 15 pounds. We lost 3 starters all at once. We lost 6 straight games. So, yeah, was it hard to go through that? Of course. So disappointing, no. Challenging, adversity, yes. Keeping these guys together mentally, guys playing different positions when we had all the injuries. In November, we practiced with 7 players for 3 weeks because we had 5 guys out. Bronny and Vince didn't even start the season on time. So was it challenging? Very, very challenging. Disappointing? Absolutely not, because the last month, once we got healthy, Boogie and Isaiah came back. Boogie finally had recovered from his hamstring injury, and then Josh came back. we're very proud of this team. We've competed at a very high level, winning 5 out of the last 6. In fact, we could have had 7 or 8 wins in a row. I know we lost an overtime or double overtime game and won at the buzzer on a road game. And so looking back in the season, a lot of challenges, but as a head coach, I've never had this many injuries in my 29, 30-year coaching career. My first job was in 1994 in the Milwaukee Bucks. That's 30 years ago. And this is times 5, 6, 7, times 10 the amount of injuries we've had in one season, especially with your best players at the same time. And then you take our leading shot blocker out. So we'll look back on this as, everybody has to go through adversity in their academic, their athletic career. That's what college students, sometimes, especially athletes, some people think that they're beyond what a normal person goes through, but there's adversity in every college student's life, and these guys did it on and off the court and to battle, and that's what college athletics is about, to figure out, stay together as a team. And so I'm very proud, and our staff is very proud of these young men for sticking together, because what they went through this year from a mental aspect, it really, I think they'll remember this the rest of their lives of how to stay together and compete.
Far right, second row.
Andy, in the first half, it seemed like the offense was pretty stagnant. Isaiah did a lot of dribbling up at the top of the key, and then you tried to get into something very late in the shot clock. Was that intentional?
Well, we don't like stagnant offense, Rich. If you want to just come out and say our offense sucked, if you're trying to, if that's okay, if that's what you want to say. But we rely on Boogie and Isaiah for a lot of shot creation, and when they drop coverage with Ballo and Krivas, we have an advantage, because if we set a ball screen and can get in the lane, we did get in the lane a lot. We didn't have a lot of movement off the ball. We did a better job in the second half, but we caught a lot of sets and plays for our shooters and for our scorers in the first half. They do a lot of switching, and they're a great defensive team. We play great defense the first half, so today. So sometimes you run your initial screening action, it's guarded, and a lot of these plays on both sides of the ball, if you've been watching college basketball, it ends in a ball screen or something to get your guard free, because they're bigs and drop coverage. And it wasn't necessarily the stagnant part. It was our lack of finishing in the lane, because we did not set ourselves. We didn't shot fake. We got shots blocked at the rim. We didn't kick it out. And some of our guys, when they got sped up and drove in the lane, they didn't have the ability to just stop, pivot, shot fake, and make the right play. And we did that last Saturday at a very high level. Tonight, in the first half especially, we did not do that.
Here on the left, second row.
Aaron Heisen, Rivals, DJ and Josh. Kobe has talked a lot about how you guys have just found your roles since everybody's gotten healthy. But how do you feel like this last 6-8 game stretch has brought you guys together with the winning?
As Coach said, we had struggled a lot with changing lineups because of injuries, a bunch of different things. So I'd say this past month, especially in March, we've been really buying into exactly who we were as players. I have my role, DJ has his role, all the starters have their roles, and even people coming off the bench know, and we expect them to know what they can and can't do. And I feel like that is something that we've been doing. And on defense, I would also think that everyone bought into, especially this month, as a whole, everyone bought into the program. We talk about being on the string. If someone gets beat, someone helps you, and I think that we've been doing that a lot better. Unfortunately, you got to give it to Arizona. They definitely went out and they played their brand of basketball. Unfortunately, ended up in a loss for us.
Here in the middle, third row.
Eric Lemke is the second Culver City Observer. Coach, I want, excuse me. Coach, you entered the season with the top 5 recruiting class. I want to be fair. This season, you guys have battled a rash of injuries, as you aforementioned. I'm curious, what needs to happen for this team to take a step forward, and what's your planning helping the team move forward?
Well, we haven't thought about moving forward yet, to be honest. We were focused on today's game. We were focused on getting this team better. Every year in college basketball, you have changeover on your roster. We'll look at that here quickly with the nature of the transfer portal and NIL, and we'll have to figure out who will be back on our roster and then what we need to fill in the different positions and our different needs of going forward. So that'll be all determined probably in the next week or two, and then we'll move on from there.
I got two more. One here on the left.
Yeah, Kevin Sweeney, SI. Bronny completing his freshman year today. Where would you say he has grown? How has he grown the most throughout this year? And how would you assess his first season in college?
Well, Bronny's a typical freshman. He went through a lot this year, physically and mentally. And he's never wavered from being a great teammate and working extremely hard in practice. And you can count on him as an individual. He's on time. You need him to be somewhere, he's there. And you need him to count on him as a teammate or as a coach, he's there for you. And a lot of positive things to say about who he is as a person, his character, and how he buys into the team concept. And we love coaching him. He's a typical freshman that has learned and grown a lot this year, and we'll keep improving.
And last one here in back middle.
Ben Parker, CardinalSportsPark.com. This question's for DJ. You came to USC. Obviously, Picton have a lot more kind of wins, successes than you guys did. So just kind of how frustrating is that for you? And then also, what are the main lessons and things that you will take away from this season and the experiences that you went through?
I mean, it's not frustrating at all. It's frustrating. I'm sorry. It's frustrating not obviously winning as much as we have, but I mean, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at what I did. I'm not mad at what the team did. We did all we could, and sometimes in the grand scheme of things, it's not enough, and that's what happened today. And we just came short, and whether it's not hitting shots or it's not doing certain things right and all that type of stuff, they'll lose us games, and it happened. And the injuries obviously sucked a lot, and it was just hard to get a rhythm. And everyone saw that at the end of the year when everyone was healthy. We finally got a rhythm, but it was frustrating the most frustrating part was just not being healthy the majority of the season. Not necessarily not winning, but because if we're healthy, we win. So I'm not frustrated because it's uncontrollable. I can't say I'm frustrated. I can't. I don't know. I'm kind of in shock, so I don't really know what to say. Sorry. I'm done.
All right. Thank you very much for your time, guys.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.